Jimmy, how's Nicky Cadden for a kick-off after Tuesday?
No, Nicky Cadden will miss at least the next couple of weeks. And then we'll assess after that. Unfortunately, such a influential player. But these things happen. Just a bit of sort of residual stuff from his previous injury that we just need to make sure is right. So, yeah, we'll be missing him for at least the next 2 games.
Big loss there, but I guess opportunities for other people. Have you got sort of plans A and B of how you're replacing?
Yeah, like you've said, that we've got, we're fortunate to have lots of young legs, enthusiastic, young forward attacking type players. So we've got options, and I know that those options are going to give us what we need, which is, aggressive, attacking, getting at people, intensity, running in behind. So, yes, it's a loss because he's a talent. For me, the best winger in the league. But like you say, an opportunity for someone else to come and grab it and be a hero.
And after the other night, is everyone else all right?
Yes, everyone's fine. 2 games in quick succession, but they've all come through. We're very fit. The lads are fresh, and they've bounced into training this morning, and the atmosphere's been great.
Yeah, that was my next question. It was going to be about sort of, is there still the same positivity that there was last week after probably a bit of frustration of possibly not quite getting what you deserved against Exeter, maybe?
Maybe. But you look at the positives. You look at the defensive performances. You look at restricting them to 1 shot on target for the entire game, and they're the league's second highest scorers. You take the positives on the other end of the pitch, and I think they've needed that foundation and a bit of belief that they can keep clean sheets and be sort of dogged and resilient at the back. And that foundation and that belief almost takes the pressure off the forward players because they don't have to score 2. If you're keeping clean sheets and you're very solid at the back, there's not that massive pressure on the forward players to have to score a number of goals. So we've focused on that. The players and the defenders are chuffed with that, and they want to keep it going.
And I guess from your perspective as well, the more attacking you can do as a team, the less defending you have to do. So it's sort of that taking pressure off different departments works both ways, doesn't it?
It is, yeah, but you've got to be aggressive in and out of possession, and everyone associates the word aggressive with kicking people and fighting and scrapping. Being aggressive is, being positive, front foot, not letting people breathe, making the other team run a lot and making them have to fight. So we've got to be aggressive both in and out of possession. That's been the pleasing thing.
Crawley, a real mixed bag of results recently. I guess you've just got to prepare for facing the Crawley team that beat Cheltenham last Friday, haven't you?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. They I think they're very, very good. They're very good at what they do. Very organised, very fit, very athletic. So it's this is a real big test, as Exeter was and Scunthorpe was. There's nothing easy in this league. You can't take anything for granted. You look at results every week, and there's one that you'd probably scratch your head at. So nothing's taken for granted. This is another cup final, another big game for us. But it's a big game that we're going into it, with our tails up and our chests puffed out and going to go and have a go.
And Tom Nichols was sent off for them on Tuesday against Newport. How big a loss is he for them?
Massive. He's a very good player. He's one that you have to keep quiet. You have to be aware of. I think he's a massive influence on them. So they will have to change in a way. So that's something that we've got to figure out early. But yeah, you lose a player like that, as we did with Jammer and probably Cadden as well, Whitehouse. So you lose big players, influential players, and it has an effect for sure.
And you mentioned Elliot Whitehouse there. What's the latest with him?
Well, he took a knock. He took a little blow to his knee that he's got a bit of history with against Salford, and it's just not been quite right. There's been something up, and he hasn't felt right. So when a player's feeling like that, you've got to listen to him. You've got you tell him all the time, listen to your body, trust what it's telling you, and then be honest with us. So he's been honest. So he's having some exploratory stuff, and we're going to have a look at it, get to the bottom of it, find out what's wrong, and then whatever he needs from there, he needs, and we'll support him fully.
Any idea at this stage how long that'll keep him out for? I mean, is it season ending or just don't know?
I would say it's season ending, because there's something there, and with knees, you've got to make sure, and there might even be a little bit of exploratory surgery that happens. So definitely the season, yes, but beyond that, I couldn't tell you. He's extremely fit, extremely strong. That goes in his favour, and he has a great mentality. So that'll go in his favour as well. So long term, I couldn't tell you, but this season definitely.
And how's Sean Mikulski's? How's he progressing? Because obviously you've said he needs to get fit.
He's working his tail off. Yeah, he's in every day, grafting, running, doing extras, doing everything he can to be in contention. And as I've told him, as I've told every player, make sure you're ready. And if you get the opportunity, take it. And that's the message to him. And he is in every day, working very, very hard, the young man.
How far away is he?
I think he's probably another week or so away from training, and then it's about match fitness. So it's, it was always going to be a big ask, but he's doing everything in his power. So, and that's all I can ask of him.
Thanks, Jimmy. Good luck.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Jimmy, Ash here. You okay?
Good. Thank you. Yeah.
Good. Just want to go back to Nicky Cadden. Is the Nicky Cadden niggle a season ender, or are you expecting to see him again this season?
No, definitely not a season ender. It's a little bit precautionary, because hamstrings are funny things. They're awkward things. You've got to be right, and you've got to trust them as a player. Otherwise, you're never quite full tilt. So it's not season ending. It's not major. It's just something that we've got to get right for Nicky's. He's got to go on the pitch fully confident of it.
Yeah. How pleased were you on Tuesday night with the impact of Odin Bailey and Jaden Richardson? I thought they looked especially bright for you.
Yeah, as I said earlier on in this, we've got bright, young, full of energy, full of legs, full of running, attacking players, lots of options. And maybe because there's lots of them, they probably went on the pitch knowing that they'd had to seize the day kind of thing. So, and they did. Odin's bright, like you say, aggressive, attacking player, because he runs at people and he gets at people and he wants the ball and he's exciting. He'll get bums off seats. So, no, he took his chance, did ever so well, nice and exciting. And Jaden's got an absolute weapon in the fact that the boy can catch pigeons. He's rapid. And he's had an unbelievable strike at the end of the game that you scratch your head on how that's not gone in. How do you hit the underside of the bar and not score? I don't know, but it's part of football. But you've got to be there to score him, and he was. I asked him to go on and be mega positive, run forward, think forward, play forward, pass forward, and shoot and cross. And he went on and did all those things. So really pleasing. But I wasn't surprised. We've got those players here. We've got a lot of good attacking, energetic players at top end of the pitch.
Yeah. Tuesday night, you highlighted Bailey Cargill. We actually mentioned post-match when we spoke to Bailey that you were pleased with him. It seemed to make him puff his chest out a little bit. But yeah, how pleased have you been with Bailey of late?
Bailey, Stokesy, Dokes, Don Bernard, and even Geordie in front of him, Iber in front of him, Waggy in front of him, they're outstanding to do what they did to Exeter attacking wise. One shot on target the entire match is impressive. There won't be many who've done that to them this season, based on their goals they've scored, chances created. So Bailey, outstanding, but all of them, all of the defensive-minded players were absolutely fantastic and kept them very, very, very quiet. And they're as good as there is in the league. Yeah.
So Jimmy, what do you think you've actually done to make the team appear a little bit different? Are you putting something in there, herbal teas or something? Because there just seems to have been a what is that secret ingredient, Jimmy?
I wish I could tell you, and I wish it was as simple as putting something in their tea. I really don't know. I've just been myself. What that is, I don't know. I've just been, around them, telling them what I want, asking them to go to the well every time they train or play. They have, and that's all I can do. Ask them to outcompete the opposition, outrun the opposition, outthink the opposition, and outplay the opposition, and that's what they've done. I couldn't be any happier. I've let them know that, and that's it really. It's not rocket science. Football is a simple game. Like I've said, run, compete, think, play. It's pass it to someone with the same colour shirt as you. And that's it. I'm not going to sit here and say that there's anything magical that I'm doing or anything incredibly new or different that I'm doing. I just think that they're a good side. They've been a good side all season. That doesn't change. And sometimes you can get a bit stuck. Sometimes whatever you try, and Mark Cooper tried everything. It wasn't through lack of ideas or things like that. Just things don't work sometimes, and maybe of different voice. I don't know. I really don't know, but I'm not going to think too much about it because it's happening organically. It's happening naturally. And so long may it continue. And I'm just going to keep them up exactly where they are. I'm going to keep them being aggressive on the pitch, in the possession, out of possession, in their thought process. And by that, I mean front foot, positive, in your face, if you like, having a go. And hopefully that gets us over the line to what we want to achieve.
Yeah, and is there a different way of managing a modern footballer now? Has it changed from, you're not that old, but back in your day as a young player?
Yeah, I would say it has. Everything changes. Generations change. Kids now, they sit next to each other and text each other. It's very different. So you've got to be a little bit different. But again, I'm just me. Just be straight, be honest, be enthusiastic, be passionate, and the good ones will follow you. And at the moment we've got 24, 25 good ones who are following and coming along, and we're having a right go, and we're all in it together. So yeah, you've got to be a bit different, and you've got to try to think like them and treat them well. But I'd like to think that I'd treat everybody with respect and honesty. So if that's a secret formula, then that's easy, no problem.
Yeah. I guess you probably don't want to talk targets. Do you have any targets in the next few games, or is it just game by game?
Win Saturday. Win Saturday. Many points as we can. 4 games left. Many points as we can. Win Saturday, and then win Tuesday, and then win the following Saturday, and then the last Saturday of the season. And if we've done that, we'll be okay. Yeah. But for me, the performances will dictate all of that. And if we keep performing like we performed Tuesday night against Exeter, Saturday against Canterbury, if we just keep performing like that, everything else will take care of itself. You can't take care of results sometimes, but you can affect performances. And if we keep performing the way we are, we'll be fine.
Yeah, your players also, they look very comfortable with the system that you've implemented. They've taken to it well. Have you been pleased with the way that's worked today?
I don't know whether systems win games. I don't know whether tactics win games, players win games, mentalities win games, attitudes win games. So systems, we did a few things on Tuesday night against Exeter. Played a bit of chess with Matt Taylor and tweaked a few things, changed systems. So they're adaptable, and they're versatile, you've got to be, and they were able to be effective in whatever little bits of shape we changed. And that's important. So, not so much systems. Systems don't win games of football. Players do, mentalities do. So, yeah. They're comfortable. They're intelligent young footballers.
Yeah. Just one more from me, Jimmy. I was pleased to see one of my football heroes, Ozzy Ardiles, come out and say he's a Forest Green fan now. What's because he obviously said some nice things about you and your dad. What's the link with Ozzy and yourself?
Just family friends.
Yeah.
We've been family friends with them for many years. We used to holiday together when I was a young boy, and Pablo, Ozzy's son, is my daughter's godfather. So we're just close friends, and you know he's been great with me, Ozzy. Just trying to, you know, having the ability to pick someone like that's brain on different things is a privilege that I'm you know, humble about and appreciative of and lucky for. So yeah, it was very nice. He's a wonderful man.
Yeah, so you've actually spoken to him about being in charge of Forest Green. You've actually had some conversations, have you?
No, the social media stuff came out of the blue, but I've spoke to him throughout my coaching journey, if you like, and my sort of leading me up to managing and to where I am now. I've spoke to him, you know, about things, and he's allowed me access to things, which has just helped me. So in that respect.
He's actually played for Forest Green when they were Stroud many years ago. There was a testimonial game for a Gloucester City player, and he has actually, he probably would have known them as Stroud then. They were briefly Stroud for a while. So as well as being a Forest Green fan now, he has actually had one appearance for the club.
Oh, great.
Not sure you knew that one.
You've still not got the stat of whether I'm the first third generation to you know, to manage. You've got the Ozzy Ardiles stat, but I'm hoping
well, nobody's come out and said anything different yet.
I'm going to claim it. I think we've got to have a deadline. If no one comes out and tells me otherwise, I'm claiming it.
Yeah. I think your media team will be looking into the Guinness Book of Records then for you.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Jimmy. Thank you. Thanks.
Cheers.
Yeah. Thanks, Jimmy. All the best. Cheers. Thank you.
Jimmy, I just wanted to ask you about Ibu Adams. I think in his last 2 games, he's had 7 shots across them. I think it took him 11 games before that to get to that total. Has it just been a case of moving him a bit closer to the opposition's goal to try and get the best out of him?
Yeah, I've just told Ibu to, like I said a minute ago, run forward, pass forward, think forward, just go forward, you know, as much as possible, because he causes mayhem. He drags players with him because you can't let him run. He you know, he takes people into areas they don't want to go. He's physical, can jump, you know, he can stride onto things. So he's just a handful that I've just said, just think forward, play forward, run forward, shoot, cross it. And that's it. That's it.
What is it that Crawley do particularly well? Because they came to the new lawn in December and were arguably the best team that have come to Forest Green.
Organised, know what they're doing, know their jobs, and aggressive, physical, you know, a handful in the way they play. You know, I'm not trying to guess how they'll play, but as a 4-4-2, they're proper. They do it right, and that's a hard system to play against if it's absolutely bang on, which they do it. They do it very, very well. So, you know, they are very good, but they're going to have to cope with us. And you know, they're in the same boat coming to the end of a long season, and you know, they've got to cope with us and what we do and the amount of running we will commit to the game, and the amount of, you know, times we will go after them. So they've got to cope with us, and we got to cope with them. I think 2 good sides in a bit of form. I think it'd be interesting.
Obviously, you had to wait sort of a week for your first game, but then it's been Saturday, Tuesday, and it's going to be Saturday, Tuesday again. Is that a bit of a blessing for you, or does that cause you a few headaches?
I'll tell you on Wednesday. If we've won 2, it'll be a blessing. If we've not, it'll be a headache. But listen, it is what it is now. This is, you know, this is sort of this season with different things and postponements. You get piled up at the end of the season, and you've got to have the legs to see it through. You know, the staff here, medical, sports science, outstanding. We're looking fresh. We're looking like we could play another 10 games. You know, you saw that on Tuesday night. You know, Matt Taylor alluded to it. We ran all over them, and you know what? If they keep doing that, they'll be okay, because it's like anything. It's hard to keep getting yourself up for things at this point of the season, and then you face a team that's fresh and lively and wants to run. It's an uphill. It's a tough ask. So as we are right now, we're in great shape. So bring the games on as much as possible, because I think we can play another 10.